So, those who still don't know my name, I'm Akash. So, also known as Sky. I tell people to call me Sky because Sky sounds cool, right? And we all want to be cool. And today I'm all dressed blue, so you can also say Sky is blue today. Sorry for lame jokes. And I just came here because school is something that we all are truly connected to. We can leave everything, we can't leave our school. All those four walls, classrooms, seminar halls like this, and there are a lot of things that we all remember about school. But the main thing is, yes, we had all those standards, classes, we had all those sections. Section A used to be the brighter one. Section C was the, you can take your own word. So my journey again has been through schools, remembering everything. And I always thought that education is what we learn in school. Education is what we learn in those four walls. Till the time I got introduced to a place for which I have been connected in the last 10 years. So I have been working for different schools, as in these are my centers for which I work for, wherein there are no classes. And that's also the theme of today's talk. School, which made me realize that you don't need a classroom. Most of our centers that I'll be talking about leave classes, they don't even have a roof. Most of them, they run in open spaces with no surroundings at all. So last 10 years have changed my perception about education, about schooling, about learnings. And before I move to what we do, how we do, what exactly schooling means to us, I would like to take you back to a stage where the whole thought process came in. So again, going back to my school, I was, I guess, in the very early of my school days. I got punished for the very first time. The reason, no, I didn't make any mistake. It was a very basic reason. I was in a convent school, and in convent school, you have to be strict discipline, which also means you have to dress up well. I once in a day, I was just going back after lunch, I was going back to my class and I was punished. Reason, I wasn't wearing a blazer. It was winters, and because of some financial reason which I still don't remember, my parent had an option that they can get one blazer this month and they'll buy the next month. That's how usually middle families work. So I thought, no, give this one blazer to my younger brother because he might feel cold and I can still adjust for a month. But I got punished because I wasn't wearing a blazer. That was a day when I was out of line and I was asked to raise my hand and stand for 15 minutes. I realized the sad part about humans specifically, I'm not sure about different countries, I've never been to any, but for India is we judge a child by the financial background or balance of their families. You'll usually find people saying, oh, they are poor kids, they are slum kids. Please tell me, which child starts to earn as soon as they're born? We all were poor, right? So nobody earns. But we have this tendency to call children poor because of their families. So throughout our life, we are being judged by the background of our families, by the financial statuses of our families. So that was a time when I was standing there, I told myself that this is not fair, right? So if someday, if I become a prefect, I'll make sure that I don't get any of these people punished. I guess it was in 9th or 10th standard, I got a chance to be a prefect. I again started getting yelled at by my PT teacher because I used to make all the students run away who were not wearing blazers. So PT teacher used to come to me and he said, hey, you're not catching up anyone? I said, why should I? If they are not wearing a blazer, there could be a reason. Right. So that's from where the journey began. I realized pretty soon that it is not the child who is responsible for a failure of anything. And that's where I started getting involved in various social activities for working over 3, 4, 5 years through my school days to college days. There was one fine day when we went inside a slum in the central Delhi, where the population of over 10,000 people. I'll tell you geographics of it. It's in central Delhi. It's just 50 meters adjacent to World Health Organization's headquarters, WHO building. Within half a kilometer, you'll find Delhi CM's office. Within 1 kilometer, you'll find Delhi Commissionerate, Delhi Police Headquarters. Within 2 kilometers, you'll find India Gate. And within 5 kilometers, you'll find all the embassies of the world. So that's the geography. Now, when we went inside the slum, we just thought that how can such a big slum exist just 50 meters adjacent to World Health Organization. The only thing that divides both the places was a drain that just passes by, and that's the only difference. So we went inside and we thought, how can we help these people? You know, social worker. Everybody wants to print. So you just give a burger to somebody and you start thinking, oh, I'm a social worker. I'm bringing a change. So that's what the perception was. So we went inside, we saw how can we help. There was no health facility. There was no sanitation. There was no electricity supply. There were no proper roads. We went inside as heroes. We came outside as dumps. We didn't know what to do. I can't feed 10,000 people altogether for a life. I can't change the whole structure. If those powerful people can't change, I can't change them either. Right. So when we were coming back, we were very sad. And then we saw around 3 or 4 children, they were just swimming inside that drain. Because for them it was a swimming pool. There was no water supply. The only water supply was that drain. So they were swimming. And that moment we just saw it and we just realized that should we call them out and tell them that this is dangerous? This water is poisonous. You shouldn't swim. That was a moment of change. And that's what made me realize what I have been doing since last 5 years. I have been doing so much of social work, getting involved in all the social causes, doing my bits and pieces, and that was a point we realized that whatever you do in the society, whatever social work you plan to do, the moment you die, your initiative dies. The moment you stop working, putting efforts, eventually the movement will end. But in terms of education, if you're educating somebody, if you're sharing your knowledge with someone, even if you stop it someday, the knowledge that you have shared, the lessons that you have shared, the skills that you have shared with somebody, it will always be with the person, it will always stay with the person, and it will only grow with time. That's when we just called those people out and we said, this is not right. What do? They said, we don't have anything to do. So we told them, let's start interactions. We'll come, we'll interact with you, we'll teach you something new every time. Would you come? They said yes. Initially it took us some goodies and stuff. Eventually we started taking lessons for them on the same adjacent to that drain. We started taking their classes. It was 1 month down the line, from 5 to 10. Within 1 month, like within the next 1 month, I guess the number grew up. It grew up to a level wherein the people came in and they said, why are you taking classes adjacent to this drain? Please come, we'll provide you a space. They gave us a shelter in a temple. There was an open space. And that's where Pehchaan The Street School was born. So we started with those 50 students and eventually the number grew up. We opened multiple centers. And I'm really happy to tell you, now again, this is not, I'm flaunting my work, but I'm telling you how small efforts and ripples create an impact. Today, we have over 1,600 registered students with us. Over the period of time, we have helped over 5,000 underprivileged students. The last 10 years journey has seen ups and downs. There have been 3 lockdowns, where our centers got completely shut. We lost all our resources, all our people. People were actually afraid of coming to slums. People, they refrained their students to go on ground. Right, so from there to today, our centers are open centers. Right, we run our classes. So we run our classes in parks, we run our classes in temples. We have a center which runs in the parking of a Gurudwara. We have a center which runs in the open veranda of a mosque. Right, and the beauty is, apart from education, we give them everything. It's an open platform where anybody who wants to volunteer, anybody who wants to share their resources, share their knowledge, share their efforts can come, and anybody, irrespective of their age, gender, religion, their caste, their background, they can come and they can learn. Diversity, we have celebrated Christmas in Gurudwara. We celebrate Diwali in a mosque. We celebrate all the festivals all around. That's what we have been doing. And this is a realization that we believe education can only happen in the closed doors. No. Learning, you get your lessons in school, but you get your learnings the moment you step out. My learnings throughout these years have been these people. Initially people said, how can you run so? NGOs don't work. Right? You can't scale, you can't do anything. If it is not a profitable NGO, you can't sustain. You will be surprised that for last 10 years, we have been running it as a non-funded organization. It's completely crowd-funded. We have been working with over thousands of people. Currently, as we speak, we have over 1,000 people who contribute in different segments, from arts to psychology to theater. There are people who come from different segments and they teach. It is open for everybody. We have adults who come and who learn, from basic English to whatever expertise you want to have. And I'll also tell you a story. There are again multiple stories that I could share, but one story which is very close to my heart, which I share with everybody wherever I go. So the first child who joined our group once we started in 2015, he was in 3rd class at that point of time. So while we started teaching them, one day I was working on my laptop at the center. So that child came in and he said, Bhaiya, what is this? I said, it's a laptop. It's a portable computer. वो desktop होता है ना बड़े वाला which has 3 segments. This is a portable segment. अच्छा, can you give it to me? And I randomly said, okay, once you clear your 12th class, I give it to you. Nobody knew it would happen or not. Over the years, he kept on coming, he kept on studying. You won't believe, last year, he appeared for his 12th class. He was the first student, he was the first child in the entire family to appear for a 12th class exams. He was the first child in the whole slum of 10,000 population who cleared his 12th exams. He got 86%, 93% in economics. The day he got his marks, he called me up and he said, Bhaiya, I got 86%. I said, go back, call your parents. He called his mother. His mother said, it's okay. Now focus on working. You've learned enough. He called his father. His father said, don't disturb me while I'm in school, while I'm working. So a person who comes from a background where families don't understand what it means to score 86% in Delhi in CBSE course. So after that, again, we asked him to give CUET exams. You won't believe, he cracked it. He got into Delhi University in the very first cutoff list. And when he got that admission, we went back to his family. We told him, give him 3 years. He said, no. If he'll go to college, it will be hard for us to control him. Let him work. We had to request to his family, give him 3 years, and now he has just passed his first year and he's appearing for his second year. So there are so many stories of people, of motivation, of learnings, that it is not necessary that you have to be here. And especially, I don't tell you that don't be here, don't learn here. Trust me, school life is the best life. But also, your learnings, your lessons are not confined to this space. Wherever you get to learn, you all are human classrooms for me. There's a lesson that you can learn from everywhere. And importance of education. The problem with people is people believe education is a gift, education is a privilege. No, education is not a privilege, and it is also not only for the privileged. Education is for everybody. The day you realize the value of education, being educated, being learned, the life will change. So make sure wherever you are, go out, find these people. It's a great saying, each one teach one. Somebody was very smart enough to mention this, because this is what education means to us. Right now we have so many people sitting on here. In our schools, there are no walls to divide. We have 300 students sitting on the same floor with no infrastructure, no benches, no chairs. They all sit on ground and they learn together and they fight with each other. There are art classes, there are dance classes. It's an open school. People actually fight with their parents. So the punishment, usually the punishment is you send a student out if they're not studying, they'll be happy. They'll be happy that, oh, now we are free. The punishment at our centers, if we send somebody out, they'll bring their parents that, hey, they're not letting us learn. We go whenever, so the timings, it starts from 3. You'll find at 2:30, students will start gathering outside that area in a line. They'll form a line. They'll come. Once the center opens, they'll clean the whole space. Even if they haven't taken a bath at their home, they will come there, they'll clean the space, and they'll sit and they'll learn. That's the passion we have seen with people. It's just a little bit of motivation, confidence that we can all show and break this barrier that schools can only run in 4 walls. Classroom is only when you sit with a bench, with a notebook, and with the teacher. That's the only classroom, right? And I would like to end this because we also have a segment of social work. a lot of us get confused what social work exactly is. Right? Not all the social works get you on the stage. It took me 10 years, fortunately, since people have now started realizing the work I'm here. But I would like to end it with a small story. I'll take just maybe 10 seconds of yours. How many of you have heard about the word cyanobacteria? Please raise your hand. Okay, so we'll do a quick activity. I'll take 10 seconds of yours. I'll request everybody to just close your eyes for 10 seconds. Right? I'll just say start, you just close your eyes for 10 seconds, and then after 10 seconds you can open it up, okay? So 3, 2, 1. Okay, 10 seconds over. What do you feel around you? Has something changed? Has something changed? Please raise your hand if you feel any change around you. Nothing changed. So I'll tell you a very interesting story of cyanobacteria. Around 2.3, 2.4 billion years ago, I'm not sure the exact number, I wasn't there that time. So around 2.3, 2.4 billion years ago, there was nothing on this world. There were no plants, no water, no nothing, like there were not even dinosaurs. There was this one bacteria which came into picture, and it is believed, again I didn't research, it is believed that that cyanobacteria did something that we all did in last 10 seconds. They just went on breathing. So that because of that cyanobacteria, it is believed that the process of photosynthesis started. That's how the oxygen came into picture. That's how the all vegetation, biodiversity, dinosaurs, animals, then unfortunately we humans came into picture. Now, in a very simple terms, if I tell you that one cyanobacteria over the year or over the period of 2.3 to 2.4 billion years, they have changed your world. Whatever you see around, can you imagine whatever you see around came out of one bacteria, which you don't remember, which you have never seen. You will never go and thank that bacteria. Would you ever go and find that, hey, buddy, thank you for giving us cars. Thank you for giving us plants. Right? So that's what the role of a social worker is. Right? Sometimes it takes you billion years to bring change. Sometimes there's nobody to thank you. There's nobody to remember your name. Doesn't mean you're working less. The reason why we keep on saying that focus on education, spread education, is because at the end of the day, if you change somebody's world, that's what matters. Thank you so much for this.